Have you ever wondered what it really takes to build an extraordinary life? What if I told you the secret isn't some grand, exciting plan, but something, well, kind of boring? Let's dive into this powerful idea called unremarkable excellence.
It's a weird question, right? I mean, our entire culture is just obsessed with life hacks, with overnight success stories, those dramatic before and afters. We crave the fireworks. But what if the real change, the kind of deep, lasting transformation that actually builds a different future, doesn't come from a big bang at all, but from a quiet, consistent whisper?
And that leads us right into our first big idea here, something called the excitement trap. Trust me, it's this powerful illusion that keeps so many of us from making any real, lasting progress.
Does that sound familiar? I think we've all been there, right? That big New Year's resolution that just completely flames out by February. The key insight here is that we are naturally drawn to that exciting path, the total life overhaul, because it feels like we're taking massive action. But that initial adrenaline rush, it's just not sustainable. And when it fades, the habit just vanishes right along with it.
Just look at this contrast here. In one corner, you've got these huge gestures, the kind of stuff that makes for a great social media post. Hey everyone, I'm training for a marathon. And in the other corner, these quiet, almost invisible actions. I mean, nobody's going to give you a medal for drinking a glass of water. Now, don't get me wrong, big goals aren't bad. But which of these two lists can you realistically do every single day without fail? That's the foundation. That's where the real power is hiding.
So, if the excitement trap is the problem, then what's the solution? Well, it's this really powerful concept called unremarkable excellence. So let's break down what that actually means. And there it is. See, this isn't about being impressive today or tomorrow. It's all about being consistent over the long haul. The transformation is profound. It's huge because it literally rebuilds you from the inside out. But the process itself, it's completely unremarkable. It's just the daily, simple act of doing a habit so small it feels like it barely even matters.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? I absolutely love it because it focuses on identity, on changing who you actually are. Walking for 20 minutes one time doesn't do much, but walking for 20 minutes every single day for a year, you don't just get a little fitter, you literally become the kind of person who prioritizes their health. It's this slow, quiet evolution of yourself.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But where do we even begin? What's the very first brick we should lay? Well, the source material gives us a very specific and really powerful starting point. And it all comes down to understanding your brain's secret rhythm. So, we're told to start with just one, the single most foundational habit that can set the stage for pretty much everything else. Any guesses what it might be?
Yep, that's it. Notice it doesn't say wake up at 5 a.m. It doesn't say run 5 miles before breakfast. Just wake up at the same time, 7 days a week. It is so deceptively simple, which is exactly why it's so incredibly powerful. This right here is the definition of a boring, unimpressive, and yet absolutely game-changing habit.
But why? Why does this one little thing work so well? Well, first off, our brains are literally wired for rhythm. Waking up at the same time every day regulates your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm, and that affects everything from your mood to your energy levels. Second, it creates an anchor for your day. No matter how chaotic everything else gets, you start the day with one small, consistent win. And finally, and this is the big one, it's the first domino. A consistent wake-up time just naturally makes it easier to build other great routines, like a consistent bedtime or a morning walk, and it creates this amazing chain reaction of good habits.
So as we wrap things up here, let's just zoom out and really lock in this core idea. This is a complete reframing of what it means to achieve something important. It's about learning to embrace the true power of boring.
This metaphor just says it all. So often, we wait for an earthquake of motivation to shake us into action. But earthquakes are unpredictable, they're often destructive. Real, lasting structures, whether it's your career, a skill, or your own well-being, they're built one small, perfectly placed brick at a time, day in, day out. And that steady, quiet work is what truly lasts.
So, I'm going to leave you with this challenge. Forget about the marathon, just for now. Forget the huge, grand plan. Just ask yourself this one simple question. What is the one small, unimpressive, almost boring habit you could start today that the future version of you will be so grateful for? Thanks for tuning in to This Explained.